Thank you. Good morning, everyone. We're going to get started. First, I'll lead us in a word of prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for this beautiful Friday you've given us. Thank you for Hartford Christian School, the teachers, administrators, students. We're very excited today to be able to come and celebrate our student athletes in the spring sports. Thank you for such a successful season on many levels. Thank you for the coaches, the assistant coaches, volunteers, and everyone that was a part to make this spring season a success. We're thankful and grateful for these athletes that were out there giving their best, playing hard, and with all their actions, all their words, that it glorified you. We have this ceremony today to recognize the achievements, but ultimately that all of this was in your glory. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, a couple quick thanks, and I'm going to turn it over to our coaches to speak. First, I want to thank my wife, Karina, who does a ton of support behind the scenes with all our kids to allow me to do the job that I do for you guys. I want to thank Coach Anne-Marie May and Miss Kate Minton. Without them, this assembly would not be possible. There's so much that goes on that they do with the certificates and the medals and the pins and all of that. It is amazing how well organized those two are. Also, you all, for this season, is my first time doing spring, please thank Andrew Tallman, Coach Andrew Tallman. He did an amazing job with the soccer field, the baseball field. He did a lot of that work preparing it all season, and just a big thanks to him. Also, I want to thank Coach Cross. I know you all know him. He'll be up here speaking as our head varsity baseball coach, but he did a lot more than that. He basically ran our baseball program that had 3 teams, and he was heavily involved with all 3 teams from the very beginning with tryouts to yesterday with a championship game. So huge thanks to Coach Cross, who had a ton of dedication, time, and energy for all 3 of our teams. Let's dive right in here. Hartford Christian's mission statement is here to exist to serve the families by offering academic excellence within a Christian worldview, all to the glory of God. As I've been saying all season, just substitute academics for sports, and that's what we are. We are that way on the soccer field and the baseball field. So what does that excellence look like? Most people will look at the results. And yes, as you're about to find out in a minute or two, we won a lot of games. We had 5 teams winning a lot of games. But that excellence in a Christian worldview to glorify God is about how we play. And I'm extremely proud of our student athletes. I was at many of the games, at all the teams, how they conducted their business, how they played, how they competed, how they treated their opponents, how they treated the officials was wonderful and to be commended, and I know our coaches will speak on that. So I'm going to dive right in. We have 5 teams today, 2 for soccer, 3 for baseball. I'm excited for our coaches to come up here and talk about it. I will say when JV baseball comes up here, not all will probably get a certificate because some of them were dual rostered, so they'll be getting them with their varsity team. So without further ado, we're going to have girls middle school soccer come on up. Thank you, guys.
That's okay. Don't stress. We good to go?
Yeah, go.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Pullen. Can you guys hear me? He's a lot taller than I am. This makes me nervous. I was nervous last year. This is my second year. My first year, I didn't realize the whole school was going to be here. I thought it was just the athletes. So I'm not a great public speaker, as Jason said. After me, it's just going to go up from here. So I'm going to read a lot from my phone. So let me start by thanking God and allowing me the opportunity to coach this great group of girls this season. I have a day job, so I don't teach at the school. I didn't go to school here, but there's a lot to be thankful for. You all should be blessed to go to this school. I told them in the season I didn't have a middle school team to play on when I was in school, so it's a special opportunity. Take advantage of it if you can. There are some other people I'd like to thank, and if I forget anybody, I apologize. I'd like to thank the Hartford Christian transportation team. They did a great job getting the girls to practice in the games. We couldn't do it without them. I'd also like to thank the soccer moms when we didn't have transportation. so the girls didn't have to walk the trail. I know it's a long walk with book bags. I think Mia's book bag weighs 5 pounds, maybe 10. I don't know. It's crazy. And then Coach Jason, Coach Meredith, thank you also for helping the middle school girls get to practice. It allows me to just focus on what we're going to do that day. Next, my assistant coach, she's not here today, Coach Tiffany. Her and Dakota are on a field trip today, so they were unable to make it. But thanks for being part of the ride for this season, and thanks for putting up with me. I'm not an easy coach. I'm very competitive, as the girls know. Try to tone it down a little bit, but I do like to win. I know it's not all about winning, but we do have fun doing it. She didn't want me to thank her, but my wife, Heather. Thanks for listening to me. We talk about soccer way too much at home. I will say that. Among other things, but soccer is probably the one thing this time of year. I also coach a club team outside of school, so it's a lot of soccer talk. But thank you, Heather, for putting up with me. Thank you, Aubrey and Quinn's mom, Kathy, and Natalie's mom, Tiffany, for filming the games. I miss a lot of things that happen. Sometimes I miss goals that actually happen because I'm talking to someone on the bench about what's going on in the game. So it allows me to go back and review the game and get who got the assist. I got most of the goals, but sometimes you miss who gets the assist. Speed this up. Am I good? Good on time? And finally, thank you to these amazing girls standing up here. My goal has always been to push you to be the best version of yourselves and help you learn how to be great teammates and, most importantly, great human beings. I want you all to know that I love you. If I offended anyone this year with my words or actions, especially the 8th graders, I'm not sorry. Because I'm not your coach anymore. So, seriously though, this 8th grade group, raise your hand if you're in 8th grade. This 8th grade group had one of the best middle school careers you could possibly have. They never lost a game in their 3 years here. It's pretty impressive. And I wish you nothing but the best wherever life takes you. So thanks, 8th grade. Before I hand out individual awards, I want to mention a few stats on the season. The team had another impressive year. They went undefeated. We beat Carroll Christian 2-1. Yay, Carroll Christian, we beat them. 2-1 in the MACSAC championship. Jason, correct me, this is the 3rd straight year that the girls won a championship at the middle school level. They scored 96 goals over 14 games and only gave up 5 goals all season. So that's another impressive stat. Claire, your record of no goals given up in a season is still safe. I think it's going to be safe for a while. Claire didn't give up any goals last year. But look, the best stat of all is that all 19 girls scored at least 1 goal this season. And that's unheard of. I would say the quote of scripture that best fits this team, I chose Philippians chapter 2, verses 3-4, which says, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves. Not looking to your own interests, but each of you to interests of the others." And that's this team. Now for the awards. First is the Most Improved Player Award. Due to the amount of injuries, we didn't have hardly any injuries last year, but we had three injuries, I think, on the team this year, and it allowed other girls to be able to step up and play more minutes. And due to the amount of the injuries that the team had, this player went from a reserve role to a starter. She's a great defender, and I look forward to having her back next season. I hope she's here today. I haven't looked down the line enough. But this year's Most Improved Player is Scarlett Dodge. She's not here. Do people play hooky on Fridays? Is that what it is? Maybe we should have this on a Monday. The second award is the Coaches Award. When I think of this award, the word that comes to mind is selflessness. This player logged a lot of minutes and does a lot of the dirty work that doesn't always show up on the stat sheet. She never complains, at least she doesn't to my face. She might complain at home. She's always moving, always working, always willing to play any position on the field that I ask of her. This year's Coach's Award goes to, and she's also not here today. She's on a college, she's getting recruited by Liberty University. She's is Maddie Rowland. I'll accept the award for Maddie Rowland. If she was here, I think the last thing I'll say is I want to thank the entire Hartford Christian community for your support for the entire soccer program, varsity and middle school. We do have a lot of support from the school, and it's very appreciative. We have ball runners that show up to games, so thank you to those people that do that for us. And the last thing I'll say is enjoy the remaining few weeks of school. Be good to each other, and have a wonderful summer. Go Eagles.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Boys Middle School Baseball. Boys Middle School Baseball. Come on up. Thank you. Coach, you got somebody hand them out?
I think we're too far over. Yeah. Yeah.
Good morning. My name is Adam Dombeck. This is my first year coaching the junior high baseball team. Never did I think that 20 years after graduating here, I'd be coaching baseball. I thought it would be somewhere, possibly here. And when Coach Cross asked me to coach, I said yes right away. It's been an amazing year for us as a team. I think we went 7-2, lost a heartbreaker at the end of a game, and then the championship game. So our year was fairly solid year. I want to thank Justin Poland and Justin Cross for helping me this year. If it wasn't for them, I'd still probably be looking for players' names in a sign-up sheet somewhere. Along with Coach Tate, Curtis Ballard, and Dave Rice. I can't say enough about our coaching staff. When you're coaching, you think it's a simple job. Write down some stats, tell a player to go here, player to go there. There's a lot more involved, and if I didn't have them, I'd be scatterbrained. So I just want to thank them. This team, I'm proud of you guys. Every single one of you. This season isn't just about losing and winning. It's about growth, effort, character, and becoming a better man. Baseball teaches a lot of lessons. How to handle failure, how to stay humble after success, how to work together, and how to keep going when things get hard. One thing I hope you guys remember after this long season is that your value doesn't come from batting averages, strikeouts, or trophies. Your value comes from who you are and whose you are. God created each of you with a purpose, talent, and character. Colossians 3:23 says, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord." That means whether you're on the field, in a classroom, at home, or with friends, give your best effort and honor God in the way you live. I've watched each of you guys encourage teammates, pick each other up after mistakes, and celebrate each other's successes. That's bigger than baseball. That's leadership. That's love for one another, and that's what being a real team looks like. Remember this in baseball, you fail a lot. Baseball, you get 3 hits, that's great. 3 out of 10 for 2 games, that's considered great. In a classroom, you get 3 out of 10 on a test, you fail. Baseball is pretty much the same way. You think you can go 10 for 10, that ain't gonna happen. Failure does not define you. What defines you is your attitude, your faith, your perseverance, and how you treat people when things get difficult. I hope you leave this season understanding that integrity matters, character matters, faith matters, the way you treat others, and that talent may open doors, but character keeps them open. Parents, I want to thank you for bringing these boys to practices, games. I'm going to have to teach one of you to do the scorebook next year so I don't have to keep running back and forth from team to team, looking like I don't know what I'm doing. Scorebook is kind of tricky, but it takes a lot of time, so I'm glad I had Coach Tate to be my voice on the field, and I couldn't keep concentration of everything that was going on. And Curtis Ballard for being there, and Dave Rice for keeping pitch counts. It's been a blessing to coach these young men, and can't wait to do it again next year. We have 4 8th graders. 8th graders, raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So we had a good solid team this year. I wish I could coach them all again next year. But those who are coming back, you have to step up and get in their places. So with that, I'd like to hand out the, the Coaches Award and what's the other one? Most Improved. Most Improved goes to Zach Durrett. Zach is a homeschooler who has never played baseball before. He was on the line of getting cut, and he showed perseverance, and I'm just glad he stuck with it. He has a raw talent, and I'm glad I got to coach him. So. Our Coaches Award will go to Dominic Corrado. Dominic pitched most of our games, started most of our games. He was a dominant force, and he helped us get through some tough teams. So I'm proud for him sticking through it, and I'm just glad I got to coach all of you. So thank you.
All right, JV baseball, please come on up.
All right. First off, I would like to thank my coaches, Mike, Brian, Jen, and Justin. I also want to thank our parents for being adaptable and supportive throughout the whole season. I know we had some changes to our schedule that kind of just came up out of nowhere, but I thank you guys for being adaptable and being willing to change on the drop of a hat, so we thank you. And I just want to thank the whole HCS staff as a whole for all the work that they put in both in and out of season, both in athletics and in the classroom, so we thank you for all that. This season for us was all about growth and improvement for our baseball team. We probably played one of the toughest schedules you could imagine for a baseball team. We went up against a prep school freshman team, 3 varsity teams, and then 2 of the better public schools their JV team. So we had a lot of work cut out for us. And I commend these boys for their hard work and their effort that they put in. We never gave up, no matter what the score was, no matter how bad we were losing. These guys were willing to fight till the last out, so I appreciate that. Although we finished the season 0-8, we had some great moments in our season. Multiple players got their first hits, and we had some solid showings from our pitchers as well. Just some highlights for us was Oliver going 6 up, 6 down against Bel Air JV to start the game. Unfortunately, we couldn't keep that momentum going, but it was just a great start. And then us being tied 4-4 after 3 innings against FCA's varsity bench. So that was a big momentum swing for us, and that was toward the very end of our season. So that was a really positive note to kind of end the year on. Also only losing to Tri-State by 6 runs, who was another varsity program that we played. So we had a lot of, even though we didn't win, we had a lot of encouraging moments throughout the year. So you could definitely see how much better these guys got from the beginning of the season to the end. As a coach, I couldn't be prouder and more happy about that, just seeing you guys grow and develop in your skills and your talents. And we have 2 awards this year. Our first award is going to be our Most Improved Award. This player showed a lot of growth from the beginning of last year all the way to this year. He kind of started as a bench player this year, but became one of our more reliable players, both at the plate and in the outfield. He made multiple plays and even became our leadoff hitter for one of our games this year. He didn't luckily steal during a pitching change, so I'm glad about that. This year's Most Improved Player award goes to Titus Solomon. The next award we have is our Coaches Award, or I'm considering this our MVP award. This player was a new addition to our team this year, and I remember his first practice where he really just came to be with his friends and didn't really care much about baseball, but kind of as the season grew, he just kept getting better and better and better. By the end of the year, this guy, I basically left him on the field because I didn't want him out of our lineup, both in the field and at the plate. He was our mainstay in center field, and for never playing before, was our leadoff hitter for almost every game. And he was our best hitter this season with a .375 batting average. This year's Coaches Award is Nikolai Falco. So I hope that you all just continue in your skills and continue in your Christ-centered lives. I just thank you for having the opportunity to be your coach. Thank you.
All right, varsity girls soccer, come on up, please. You're good, don't rush it. Travis got that in schedule. You're good. Don't feel rushed, don't feel rushed.
I'm not really. We all up here? All right. Good morning. First, like all the other coaches did, I just want to thank everyone who helped make this spring season such a success. Thank you to Justin Poland, Josh May, and especially Andrew Tallman. You know, because of you, we had games to play, refs to officiate, and a great field to compete on. Thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Carper for providing transportation to our away games. To my assistant coach, Coach K, aka my wife, for stepping in wherever needed to help with transportation, stats, the scoreboard, and leading when I couldn't be there. Thanks to our middle school players, Kate, Natalie, Maddie, and Anna, for stepping up when we were short and helping us secure another MACSAC title. One thing to say about them, I think Kate scored 2 goals this year, Anna scored 2 goals this year, Natalie scored 1 goal, so 5 goals from our middle school players in the varsity level. So I think that our future's looking pretty bright, so thank you again. And then lastly, to our parents, thank you for your constant support and encouragement at every game, home and away. From the start of our season, our primary goal has been twofold: to honor God in all that we do and ensure the championship trophy remains at Hartford Christian School for a third year in a row. Our team verse this year came from 1 Corinthians 9:24. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run, yet that ye may obtain. Paul compares his faith to running a race, explaining that he lives with intentional discipline and focus, so that his effort is meaningful and aimed towards an eternal prize. Yes, we want to win games, but it was our mission on the soccer field to seek to glorify him first. I am proud of how this team reflected godly character on the field, helping opponents to their feet, encouraging each other constantly, and showing respect to players and officials. This team understood that while winning the game was important, living out our faith on the soccer field mattered more than the result on the scoreboard. Going into the season, we knew our second goal of keeping the championship trophy would potentially be more challenging than the first. We had a slow start with a 1-2 record. Instead of letting those losses dictate our season, our players began each new game with a renewed sense of passion and commitment. By putting in the work in both practices and games, each player made improvements in their individual game, which elevated our team as a whole. We ended our regular season with an impressive 13-3 record, scoring 66 goals on our opponents and only giving up 16. We remained undefeated in our conference for the third year in a row, ultimately securing the MACSAC title for a three-peat. But that's not all. Parents, sorry in advance as we take up another one of your Saturdays as we compete in the Maryland Christian State Tournament Finals. After an impressive 3-2 semifinal win over Perry Hall Christian last night, our players are ready to take on the number 1 seed Mount Airy on Saturday. Ladies, as we look back on our season, I hope each of you will not only remember winning a championship, but more importantly, reflect on ways God shaped your character throughout the challenges and triumphs as you presented your bodies as a living sacrifice to Him. Coach K and I are proud of what you've accomplished and look forward to watching you compete in the MCST Tournament Championship game this Saturday. Now to the individual awards. I'm giving out 3 awards this year. The first award is the Rookie of the Year award. This season, the Rookie of the Year award is presented to an athlete who was dedicated to improving her skills even prior to our school season. Though she is only a freshman, she played with eagerness to compete at a higher level and with confidence. Maybe this confidence comes from the fact that she's made of steel, as her teammates say. Whether breaking through defenses, setting up key plays, or scoring goals, she has been a strong offensive force in the midfield. She ended her season with 13 goals and 4 assists, in addition to earning first-team All-Conference and All-Tournament Recognition Achievement Awards. This year's Rookie of the Year award goes to Amaya Poland. Our second award is the Offensive Player of the Year. Our Offensive Player of the Year award goes to a player who consistently turned opportunity into goals and created opportunities for those around her. Her ability to disrupt the other team's defenders and get shots on goal under pressure made her a constant threat. As the team's leader in goals, she has been an unstoppable force on the field, netting an impressive 20 goals and 7 assists, and hopefully a couple more on Saturday. Additionally, she earned first-team All-Conference and All-Tournament Recognition Achievement Awards. This year's Offensive Player of the Year goes to Ellie Candilas. My daughter. The last award is the Coaches Award. This season, the Coaches Award goes to an athlete who consistently demonstrated skill and sportsmanship throughout the season. This player was the spiritual leader of our team, leading with a Christ-like attitude in her conduct and speech, even calling me out one time for saying, "Let's pray real quickly." She was a defensive anchor in the backfield, running down skilled opponents to shut them down during key moments. She ended her season with 5 goals, though she primarily played defense, and earned first-team All-Conference and All-Tournament MVP award. This year's Coaches Award goes to our captain, Ariel Nelson. Thank you, ladies, for a great season. All right, let's get a win on Saturday.
All right, and batting cleanup is our varsity boys baseball team with Coach Cross. Come on up, young man.
I thought Coach Poland knew baseball, but when you're batting fifth, you're not cleanup, just so you know. It's the fourth batter. I'm not going to lean over like a hunchback, so I'm going to hold this here. All right. I want to make sure I give some thank yous where they're deserved. First of all, I realized how old I was today when I had Coach Adam standing up here telling me that he coached and played for me 20 years ago, so thank you, Adam. I also coached Coach Trevor a long time ago. I want to make sure I give thanks to Coach Poland, who really helped us out this year. We spent a lot of money in baseball. It's an expensive sport between baseballs, L screens, dirt, you name it. Baseballs are about $10 a piece, and if you guys have been to a game, they go everywhere, and we can never recover them. So I want to thank you for his attention to us and make sure that we have what we need to compete. One thing I've learned about coaching over the years and anything in leadership is that you have to surround yourself with people that are better than you in order to be successful. And I was able to do that this year with my assistant coaches who are here today. I want to make sure that they get the recognition that they deserve. These guys are incredible baseball minds, and I was kind of more of the culture person, but these guys just have great minds of baseball, and they know everything about the Orioles, which is usually not good, but they know a lot about them, and they certainly know the game. Mike Lambert, Ray Keys, PJ, Patrick, Gilly, Trevor, Coach Mike, all you guys, I'm so grateful for your time and effort with these boys. They love you. They enjoy being around you. Last night, I think we were at Applebee's for 3.5 hours, which was a fun time. I got yelled at when I got home, but that's okay. It was fun. So thank you guys for being great influences on this team and great examples to each and every boy, guy playing on the team. A team led by 6 seniors, Nathaniel Yacono, Nathan Groover, Colin Sullivan and Xavier Rosullo and Henry Dean and Timmy Forlorn have big shoes to fill. After last year's team, they lost 7 seniors. They led a team to a 9-win, 6-loss season while playing in 2 leagues and phenomenal competition. It was very difficult to join the MIL this year playing with 2 very good teams. One of them I would liken to the Yankees, which is the FCA Saints. Juniors Kyle Cross and Patrick Gilly were our juniors who bolstered the outfield and the infield at times, and pitching as well, and they were truly utility players with great talent through the season. Sophomores Noah, Caleb, Oliver, Nick, Corey, Griffin, and Brody were returners from the JV team last year and provided a lot of depth and options for us. Our outlook is positive, having those guys only being sophomores. Our freshmen Julian Rosullo and Ethan Lambert also were crucial for our season and starters. They were new on the scene this year with HGS varsity, and we certainly are excited to have them for the next several years and dominate out there. A couple highlights. How many of you guys have ever seen a double play before? Raise your hand. Okay. In high school baseball, it doesn't happen very often. It's not very normal. I believe we turned 5 double plays this year, if I'm not mistaken, which is an incredible accomplishment for a high school baseball team. And it was fun to watch. I enjoyed it. I think we've got many more coming because the infield's all back next year. The future outlook is really positive. Despite losing 6 seniors, this team is set up for success over the next several years. With the core infield returning and key pitchers returning, the coaching staff anticipates some great years ahead for the program. We're going to give out 5 awards this year, and I want to make sure that I'm very clear. We have 4 coaches that are parents of 5 kids on the team and are starters. And so we decided this year that we would opt to let the players vote for these awards versus the coaches. We didn't want to show any kind of bias towards them. So I want to give these awards out and talk a little bit about each of them. Our best offensive player, somebody wants to grab the trophies there. As Coach Adams said, hitting a baseball is definitely the hardest skill in the world. My son Caleb and I have this discussion all the time. He disagrees with me. He thinks making a foul shot's hard. I don't know why that's the case, but you know. But again, hitting a baseball and averaging 300 is really, really a good success and stat in Major League Baseball. Many of your Orioles, I don't think, are hitting that number right now, I don't think. I'm not a Yankees fan, by the way. But anyway, this young man finished the season, according to Game Changer, with an average of 470. This year's best offensive player, without a doubt, goes to Julian Rosullo. He also has one of the coolest bats ever It's a Cookie Monster bat, right? Yeah, it's got cool little eyes on the end of it. It's pretty wild. But keep bringing the Cookie Monster back. That'd be cool. All right. Yeah, Golden Glove Award. This is the best defensive player. Playing in all 15 games of the season and committing only 5 errors at the shortstop position is an incredible accomplishment. This sophomore was an anchor for us in the middle infield, and no doubt upset many hitters who thought they were going to get through that position. Having said all that, it's easy to say that our Gold Glove Award goes to Brody Keys. Forget it. All right. So Cy Young Award, we've never given that out in high school because essentially this goes to the Best Pitcher of the Year award. And I think our team would agree wholeheartedly with Noah Lambert on the mound, we were in good hands over and over and over again. In many games, Noah even pitched a great game. The infield didn't, or the outfield didn't back him up. But Noah, being only a sophomore, has a lot of a bright future ahead of him. Many, many games he had 2 hitters, and it was just incredible to watch. His grit, determination, and focus on the task was incredible, and without Noah Lambert, we would not be in the same position and not have the same success that we had this year. So this year's Cy Young Award goes to Noah Lambert. Coach's Award. This goes to a player who's an extension of the coaches on the field. Being a catcher is a thankless job that requires commitment, toughness, leadership, and skill all at the same time directing the team to make the right decisions. Nathan Groover is the recipient of the Coach's Award as he truly was an extension of us out there. His ability to throw players out, make instinctual plays, and be a leader while doing it all with joy on his face was fun to watch. Nathan leaves a very large, big hole for us to fill next year, and we were delighted to have him as our catcher and be the recipient of this year's Coach's Award. Thank you, Nathan. Choosing an MVP was one of the most difficult decisions we had. That's why we wanted to kind of leave it up to the players. Our MVP did a ton of things well, from fielding to hitting and everything he did. This young man had a batting average of .310, a .356 on-base percentage average, while also only committing, according to Game Changer, 1 error on the season. Patrick Gilly was this year's MVP for his all-around play and display of skill. Patrick was out for a few games this season being sick, and we missed him greatly. Those were some two tough weeks for us when he was out. So this year's award, MVP award, goes to Patrick Gilly. I want to thank the boys for entrusting the coaching staff, the brand new staff, especially the seniors who've had the original coach for a couple of years. That can be difficult, but this team was fun to be with. We started off the year with our approach of it's all good. That was our philosophy. I don't care if you strike out. I don't care if you make an error. Don't hang your head. Don't pout. Just compete. And for the most part, we did a good job with that. There were some games I questioned it, but for the most part, we did a great job with that. I love the camaraderie with this team, and the future is extremely bright here, watching the junior high develop as well as the varsity. So thank you guys for a great season, a fun season. I can now golf in the afternoon, so that's kind of cool. I like that. No, but I had a great time and a lot of fun coaching. So thank you for a great season. Have a good day.
All right, thank you, everyone. Couple quick closing remarks. So if you were keeping track, because I'm a stat guy, our spring teams went 42, 19, and 1. You had a tie, didn't you, Coach? Yeah. All right, so that was a 689 winning percentage. We were in our girls soccer team will be in the state championship tomorrow. Both the varsity baseball team was in the championship for both their leagues. So it was a good year. I want to point out for the year that the varsity girls, the high school girls, was a special group of girls. They will be in all 3 Maryland Christian State tournaments this year, from the fall, winter, and tomorrow in the spring. So we have ourselves some very special girls that are competing and playing the right way. So for the year, our teams were 158 wins, 99 losses and 1 tie. So that's a 610 winning percentage. And this isn't just about a few athletes. We have 253 middle school and high school students here at our school. 170 of them, 170 of those 253 competed in sports this year. It's basically 2 out of every 3. When you take all of middle school, all of high school, 2 out of every 3 are playing sports at our school. That's a lot. That's why we do this. We want to recognize success, recognize what they're doing on and off the field. So I'm very excited about that. I want to give you a key takeaway as we leave, because as we acknowledge, a lot of you are playing sports. And it's not just at our school. They're playing travel sports, club sports, showcase teams, and they'll be doing a lot this summer. What we hear about is outside these doors, sports are kind of becoming more competitive, more year-round. It doesn't stop. You hear about more touches on the ball, off-season training, more shots, more workouts, open gyms, optional workouts. Understand this, please, my student athletes. There's value with rest and recovery, right? All these coaches are competitive. I'm extremely competitive. There is value of rest and recovery. And that is not more evident than our baseball program. Rest and recovery, you heard some of the coaches talk about pitch count. That is a big deal. We saw other teams not have violations with rules, but not care about that, not really caring about their student athletes. We were charged to take care of you, to keep track of pitch counts, to value rest and recovery. That is a big deal. We hold ourselves to a higher standard here, higher standard about the health of the athlete, mind, body, and spirit, right? Many of these coaches spoke about that. But in baseball, I want to I think we had 12, maybe 14 coaches involved, and they all cared. Sometimes at the expense that we might have lost the game, and perhaps we might have lost the championship. But we are winning the bigger picture. We are doing it the right way. I want to thank Coach Cross for implementing this to all our baseball coaches for buying in. Some of them may not have bought in, but I think they got it as the season went on. We played a lot of games. Pitch count matters. Rest and recovery matters. I really want to thank everybody for that. And ultimately, it points to the Bible. It points to what God wants. He created the Sabbath for us. We are not meant to go 24/7, 365, nonstop. We will burn out. We will get hurt. Okay, the Sabbath is there to help us to have a day of worship and a day of rest. So I encourage everyone, right? We're done the spring season except for one championship game tomorrow. I encourage everyone, summer's coming. Approach this and take some time to rest and recover. Learn how you can do that this season in the summer. Many of you play many competitive multiple sports, right? Figure that out. Come back next year in the fall, charged up. I'm excited. I had a great, exciting year doing what I did, helping you all, helping the coaches, helping you students. I'm excited for more and better and fun, and let's go after it in the fall. But let's do that rest and recovery better. It will help us all. I want to have more fun next year, enjoy the season, and I can't wait to see what we're going to do in the fall. I will conclude and end this with a Bible verse. It's Matthew 11:28. It is short. Matthew 11:28. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Honor the Sabbath, take care of your body, and thank you all for an amazing spring and season. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.